There's something odd about me. Whenever breaking news hits my area of expertise, Islam, the persecution of religious minorities, etc., I usually have nothing to say. Odd, no? Well, here's the thing. It's not news, not to me. It's the same script I broke down 20 years ago and have repeated ever since. Over and over again. And yet, nothing changes. Ever. Let me show you what I mean. Take Syria. Over the past couple of weeks, the country's Druze minority has been hit with a wave of jihadist terror, pure religiously motivated slaughter. That's already left at least 1,000 people dead. Quite more, possibly. It started when Sunni Bedouin tribes, backed by the Syrian military no less, stormed multiple Druze villages in Sueda province. What followed? ISIS-style atrocities. Militants screaming Allahu Akbar, torching homes, with families still inside. Druze villagers beheaded, their mutilated bodies left on display in the town square. And yes, there's video, shared proudly on pro-regime Telegram channels, showing the attackers chanting Quran verses to justify the slaughter of non-Sunnis. Among the slain were many women and children. Some butchered, some shot. Some, like I said, burned alive. Others just executed on the spot. Druze girls were abducted, raped, dumped. One had her tongue cut out and a Quran verse scrawled in blood across her breasts. And what were the Syrian regime's troops doing? Standing by? Try again. They were helping, providing air surveillance, supplying ammunition, etc. Cheering it on too, of course. Syria's so-called reformist president, Ahmed al-Sharaa, the guy the West is now praising, blamed the Druze for inciting unrest. In other words, they had it coming. Straight out of the jihadist playbook. Let's not forget, this fellow is a former Al-Qaeda member. He was al-Nusra. Now he's wearing a suit and calling it moderation. Consider the words of Druze spiritual leader Sheikh Hikmet al-Hijra. After characterizing what's happening to his people as a jihadist war of extermination, he said, quote, "They come with tanks and prayer rugs. They kill us in the name of their God, and the world applauds them as moderates." Let that sink in. And the Christians also being targeted. One family already slaughtered, a church set ablaze, to say nothing of the June suicide bombing of another church in Damascus, which left over 25 Christians dead. Even so, where's the news? Where's the surprise? After all, when you mix the same ingredients over and over again, what do you expect will happen? Take Muslim fundamentalists, add a vulnerable non-Muslim group, make sure the jihadists are the dominant flavor, and voila, jihad, genocide, always. Remember what ISIS did to the Yazidis a decade ago? Well, now it's the Druze. Different group, same exact outcome. And here's why. Neither the Druze nor the Yazidis are considered people of the book. That means no special status whatsoever. No dhimmi protections, no jizya tax. Just one option, convert or die. Or worse, slavery, rape, total annihilation. This is happening right now. And yet, here we are, again. No lessons learned, no progress made. Just rinse and repeat, and repeat, and repeat. But if it only stops with jihadists acting like jihadists, the rot goes deeper and much closer to home. Let's talk about American leadership. Republicans, Democrats, Reagan, Bush, Clinton, Obama, you name it. They've consistently backed jihadist movements abroad while pretending to stand for religious freedom and human rights. Obama especially, and I've written about it plenty. Donald Trump even called Obama the, quote, founder of ISIS. But here's the twist. Trump was one of the first to ease sanctions and publicly praise Ahmed al-Sharaa, the same guy currently orchestrating Druze genocide. Here's what Trump said about him. Quote, "He's a young, attractive guy, tough guy, strong past, very strong past, fighter. He's got a real shot at holding it together." Really? That's what we're doing now, or rather, again, gushing over a literal terrorist in a suit? This guy was Al-Qaeda, remember them? 9/11, 3,000 dead Americans. Now he's got Western approval and a free hand to do ISIS 2.0. And all this while the former president, Bashar al-Assad, who for all his flaws was a secularist who did not persecute his own people based on their religion, got sanctioned to hell and back by the US. And now Trump thinks that Sharia will give Syria a, quote, chance at greatness. So let me ask you, if Obama founded ISIS, as Trump correctly stated, what is he, Trump, the founder of? Is this all just a coincidence? Is US leadership forever blind? Or is it something darker? Honestly, I lean toward the darker explanation. Clearly, there's a hidden agenda here. Either way, the results are always the same. The US meddles in the Muslim world, jihadists come to power, religious minorities get butchered, and then eventually the jihadists attack the US, 9/11 style. So no, this isn't news to me. That is, it's not new. It's not shocking, it's not surprising, it's business as usual. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad some outlets are reporting what's happening to the Druze. I too had posted disturbing images, videos, and quotes over at X, simply so people know what's happening. But I'm done pretending that we need more analysis, to figure it out and get it right. The pattern is obvious. The script never changes. And worst of all, the way people consume these atrocities has become rather voyeuristic. Massacre happens, people act shocked, social media floods with hashtags and slogans. A day or two later, we move on to whatever the media has next in store for us to be shocked and angry over. And the victims left to rot, forgotten, wash, rinse, repeat, forever. It's pathetic. So that's why I refrain from participating in these grotesque charades. That's also why I've shifted more toward writing about history. Because you know what? History, real history, is often fresher and more revealing than today's forever headlines. Because it exposes what we were never taught, what we were never meant to know. And it reminds us of something else. There was a time when men actually acted in the face of evil. Not just tweeted about it, not just wrung their hands, not just feigned outrage until the next distraction came along. And maybe, just maybe, that's how we break the cycle. Not through the news, which is anything but new, but through the truth. Long buried, long feared, and still unwelcome.